Well, good afternoon, folks. Today we're going to take a 5,000 foot view of Canvas Studio, the video engagement app integrated with our Canvas learning management system. What is it? Well, it's a personal instructional video repository so that as you create instructional video, you can put it in here and have it available to you at your fingertips. Critical thing to remember about Canvas Studio, it's not only available to you as faculty, it's also available to the students. The students can create their own instructional videos, or you can assign them to do so. They have basically the same access to Canvas Studio that instructors do. That doesn't mean they can see what's in your Canvas Studio library, but they have their own Canvas Studio libraries, and they have almost all the same creation and management tools for video that you do, which is a really important thing for them to have access to. It is also a video hosting service. Think YouTube, Vimeo, almost any digital video file can be loaded into your Canvas Studio library and then shared with your students online. The students can, by just clicking on a link, can watch that video anywhere, anytime, as often as they like. And it's an exceptionally reliable one. It also, of course, contains or offers video creation tools. So not only is it, unlike YouTube, it's not just a hosting service, it has creation tools. You can record your webcam, record your computer screens with VoiceOver, and those videos will then automatically go into your Canvas Studio library and then can be shared with your students in Canvas or outside of it. What kind of videos? Your videos, for starters. Anything that you create and load into your Canvas Studio library, either whether you create it in Canvas Studio or create it in another tool and then add it to your Canvas Studio library by uploading it to Canvas Studio. You can put any of your videos in there, whether they're created in Canvas Studio or created in other tools. You can also add to your Canvas Studio library videos found on YouTube or Vimeo, two of the most prolific sites on the web for collections of instructional video, or videos shared from others' Canvas Studio libraries. You can share your videos with colleagues and they can share theirs with you. And you can then use them in your courses just as, excuse me, just as if they were your own. So all of these types of videos can be placed into your Canvas Studio library and utilized by you. So how do we, let's start with a case where you have a video on a video file on your local hard drive that you wish to add to your Canvas Studio library. How do you do that? Well, let's take a look. First off, go back to my dashboard here. I was working with a faculty member in his course there. We don't need to do that. All right. Canvas Studio, of course, is accessed from the Global Access menu in Canvas on the gray bar on the left-hand side of every Canvas screen. So you can get to Canvas Studio through Canvas. If you have a Canvas account, be it an instructor account or a student account, you have your own Canvas Studio library and you have full access to the capabilities of Canvas Studio. To access it, you just click the Studio link in the Global Access menu and up comes your Canvas Studio library. If there's nothing there, it will tell you that and encourage you to get started. If you have been adding video there for a while, all the videos you've added to it will show. You can group them by folders or collections, Canvas Studio terms them. And you can view just everything, or you can view just the collections you've created, or just the videos. So you can use Canvas Studio to organize your instructional videos that you've created so that you can find them when you need them again later, which is no small thing for me. By default, they're sorted by date added. You can also sort by name, but I've never found that particularly useful in your library here. Adding a video that you have on your local hard drive is about as simple in Canvas Studio as in any tool I've ever seen. Adding a video to YouTube, if you've done that, requires a wizard that's about five screens long, and you have to keep hitting next, 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 and so on, and making decisions. Canvas Studio, no big deal. There's only 3 tools here in the upper right-hand corner that constitute 90% of the control activities you'll do in Canvas Studio. It's extremely simple to use and extremely simple to add video. You just click the add button. You get an ad screen that will allow you to either add video that you have in digital video files on your local computer, or on a thumb drive or an external hard drive or whatever. Or you can add videos directly from YouTube or Vimeo, though there are some gotchas with that you have to be aware of. All right, so if I want to add a video from my local hard drive, I just browse for it by clicking the Browse button there, and I go to where I have these videos stored, which may be anywhere on my hard drive or on a thumb drive or whatever, these video files, and I just pick one. Let me try to pick one that's not too long. That one's not too bad. We'll try that. And select it and open it. And that's all there is to it. It starts uploading. The speed of the upload depends upon how busy the system is and how fast your internet connection and your computer are. It may take, and of course the size of the file. If you're uploading a 2-hour Zoom recording, which you're perfectly welcome to do, it's going to take a little while. This one, I tried to pick something that wasn't too long. Okay, there we go. There's a video file off my hard drive, just that fast. It's now part of my Canvas Studio library. It's added to the upper left-hand corner of the library so I can find it. It's now being processed. Canvas Studio has to convert the video into a form that's compatible with its video servers. So the process, you get a process meter or progress meter here so that you don't think that it's just ignoring you, sort of an executive pacifier. And in a moment, it's ready. It's ready, it's online, it's ready to share with your students. In a minute, in another slide, we'll see how to share this. But right now, we're just focusing on getting the video into your Canvas Studio library. Once it's uploaded, you can view it by clicking on the View button there. You can play it. Activating new quizzes in your... Okay. This looks like a screen recording, a screencast I made. There are a number of things you can do from this point. You have these tabs here on the page, the video page for this particular video in Canvas Studio. Details allows you to edit the title. That's not a very helpful title. It was the randomly associated file name from whatever application I used to create that video. I don't remember what it was. So this was, what did I say? Enabling new quizzes in your Canvas course. So you can type a name, presuming you can type.
I do that all the time.
My mother told me to take typing. I took band. Okay. And then you can enter a more detailed description if you wish, and some tags. Though generally people are not going to. The only person who would benefit from tags here, things search words would be you, so you can find this video again later. I don't usually bother with that, but and then once you have finished that, you just save it. Comments is one of the more interesting features that Canvas Studio provides that you don't always see in a video management system. Viewers, be they colleagues or students, if you allow it, can make comments about the video. And the comments are time linked to where they were in the video when they make them.
Good.
So if a student is watching the video, your Canvas course. New quizzes refers to the new testing engine. At this point, someone could add a comment. We have a new testing engine? Question mark. And save the comment. That comment then becomes a part of the video. Viewers later can see those comments and read them, and they can reply to them. So the video that's placed in Canvas Studio can become a mini discussion topic with comments located on the timeline of the video at the appropriate point where the comment is germane. So it's quite an interesting additional capability here that you don't have in something like YouTube, for instance. And as you play through, the comments pop up. Insights are analytics. Who's watching the video? How far through it did they watch, and so on. I don't have any. I just added this, so there are no. But this is basically analytics. So Canvas Studio does keep analytics on who's watching your videos, and then of course the all-important captioning capability. We cannot use instructional video that is not captioned with one exception. If you make a video for a student and you're only going to share that with the one student, and you know that student is not hearing impaired, you can eschew the captioning, though it's still a good idea to do it, but you can get away with it. Otherwise, no. It's got to be captioned. Canvas Studio has an automatic artificial intelligence enabled algorithmic speech to text tool built into it, as does YouTube, as does the Zoom Cloud, as does many other tools of this nature. And it's actually quite decent. A difference with Canvas Studio over something like YouTube is that with Canvas Studio, you have to ask for the captions to be created. You have to remember to do that. And I haven't always remembered to do that, I'll be honest. So it's that can be problematic. You have to tell Canvas Studio what the narration language is. And this presumes, of course, that it's just one language. That may not always be the case. There is a workaround that you can use, I'll just mention, with Canvas Studio that you can use to have Canvas Studio caption videos with more than one language being spoken. But it's something of a semi-manual process. I have a tutorial for that. But in the vast majority of cases, of course, the language is going to be English. It's going to be you speaking, so that's not often a problem. And once you've indicated the language, narration language, you click request, and the automatic captioning engine in Canvas Studio proceeds to convert your speech to text. It creates a transcript of the video and then chops the transcript up into 1 and 2 line segments of around 8 to 10 words apiece. It varies, and then synchronizes those captions with the point in the video where you said that, or where the whoever's speaking said those words. So that, of course, as the students watch the video, what is being said in the video appears on the screen as a text in a text box. The captioning process is not 100% accurate, but it is phenomenally reliable. It's not perfect, but it's very, very, very good.
What's the turnaround time, Dave, for you for your videos typically?
It just depends on the length of the video,
Mhm.
pretty much the length of the video, and the amount,
Okay.
and of course the amount of narration. If there are long periods of quiet in the video
Right.
where you're showing someone something, you're not saying anything,
Right.
that will reduce the amount of time. But it varies depending
Okay.
on the size of and how busy Canvas Studio is, because it's doing probably certainly thousands of these at any given time.
Gotcha.
Okay, so
And
you just
Dave,
have to come back later. Yes, ma'am.
oh, yes, I had a question. So when we learned about you, Joe, we found out that they have translation services available. Do you know if, I know Studio does not, but do you know if
No,
that's anything that they're considering adding? Because we would really like that in ESL.
I have not heard that with the UJO. Are those translation services an extra charge, or are they included with the?
They're included.
They're
Yeah.
included. Yeah, so that's a wonderful thing. No, Canvas Studio does not provide that. It can caption in multiple languages, as you saw from the selection menu there, but it can't
Hmm.
translate from one language into another. YouTube, on the other hand, can in algorithmically for free.
Thank you.
You got it. The once the captions are complete, you are sent an email is sent to your Canvas email account, the email account that you have registered in Canvas in your Canvas account, and you have to come back into Canvas Studio and review the captions. It won't publish them until you do so. At least pull them up. You can edit them here. Those are fully editable windows. And once you're happy with them, you have to manually publish them. Now they will be visible to your viewers, but not before. So it's possible to forget to do that too. Ask me how I know that.
Dika, I believe you had a question.
Yes.
Dika.
Do you know what this is Decca, do you know what their restrictions are for YouTube for like uploading videos? Because UJA, I wish you would have been at the UJA demo, Dave. It was amazing. They like let you do any YouTube video as long as it's like used for educational purposes, and you can like caption all of them and in multiple languages.
Right. Well, you can do that. YouTube will do that for you.
No, so
But
what she's explaining, so let me explain. So with UJA, they have two options. You can either take a link from YouTube
right.
and post it in UJA, just like with Canvas Studio, and it will take the YouTube video as is, and you're playing through the YouTube player. So whatever captioning is there is what you get. It's from YouTube. Right. However, what they said was they said from, I don't remember the act, it was like for some teaching act, as long as the video is being used for educational purposes, UJA has the right to take that video off of YouTube, download it, import it into their service, and use their auto captioning features to caption the video.
Right, and that is not the case in Canvas Studio, and that is an issue with YouTube videos that are brought into Canvas Studio that I'll address in a moment. Yeah. There are some options there, but nothing like that. It's not going. Canvas Studio is not going to pull the captions from YouTube, period. Not automatically. You have to do that manually if you can get them. Good point. Okay, so that's all there is to adding a video that you have on your local hard drive that you've created in some other application other than Canvas Studio, and you've added that to your Canvas Studio library. It's a bit different when we add a YouTube or a Vimeo video. We have to have, as you would with Yuja or anything else, you have to have the YouTube link. So let's just go to YouTube and pick something up. I'm going to start with a video of mine that I have full access to. Let's pick something short here. This is 6 minutes, that's better. I can get just the YouTube share link from that, and I can add that video to I can paste that into this box here under the YouTube side of this add video box, add that to my library, and it will play just fine. Downloading, but there are no captions. And there's no option to have Canvas Studio recaption that video, because that would violate YouTube's terms of service, because Canvas or Instructure has not negotiated such a deal with YouTube.
Gotcha.
All right. Can you caption this video at all? Only if you can get a caption file, a text file with timings and caption text in it in a certain format that you're going to upload into Canvas Studio. Can you get that from YouTube? Yes, if it's your video and you know how to do it. It's not the easiest process. You have to go to the subtitles link for this video. Have to tell it what the language is. American Sign Language, that must be interesting. English, United States. Confirm. Now, oh my, doesn't look like this one's been captioned on YouTube.
Yeah.
Let me check that.
No, it hasn't.
No, it is not. Not sure what happened there. Sometimes YouTube does not caption a video. But, shoot.
But that's where you could download it if you needed to.
Yeah, exactly. You could download the caption file. That if it's your video, you can download the caption file and upload it into Canvas Studio. Just tell Canvas Studio what language it's in, and then find the caption file on your local hard drive
Gotcha.
after you've downloaded it. But you can only do that if it's your video. If it's somebody else's video, you can't do it. Somebody else's YouTube video. So that seriously degrades the utility of the ability to pull YouTube videos in. It really only works in Canvas Studio if it's your video.
Gotcha.
Or you're willing to manually caption the video, or go through some skullduggery that will allow you to rip the captions from the YouTube video, which you don't own, which is technically possible but does violate YouTube's terms of service and probably copyright law as well. So that's a major drawback of Canvas Studio's integration with YouTube, and I've seen no movement on them fixing that.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. Let's see where we are in my, just so I don't forget what I'm doing here. We can add YouTube or Vimeo videos and captioning. We just talked about auto caption of added or created videos, and we have to request it and review it. Captions from YouTube and Vimeo don't transfer, and they can't be auto-captioned. All right, so those are some definite negatives associated with the integration between Canvas Studio and YouTube. I briefly talked about the ability to create folders or collections in Canvas Studio, your Canvas Studio library, so that you can keep related videos together so it's easier to find them. Also, since Canvas Studio is so tightly integrated with the Canvas Learning Management System, you can, you can go to your master menu here in your Canvas Studio library, the hamburger up here, and you can see a list of all the courses in which you have shared videos from Canvas Studio. This is something that you may not see in other systems. And if you want to know what videos you shared with your students in a particular course, you can click on that course and you'll see just the videos that you have shared in that course. And that can be really handy. You can know, did I put that video into that course? Am I using that? Where am I using that? This will tell you. So that's a nice feature. And certainly a great advantage to Canvas Studio is the tightness of integration that it has with Canvas Learning Management System. Okay. Of course, these videos are no good to you sitting in your Canvas Studio library. You have to be able to share them with your students. Canvas Studio offers a lot of options on how to do that. It's, of course, focused on sharing those videos with your students in Canvas, the Canvas Learning Management System, because they're so tightly integrated and they're owned by the same people. They can be shared as external tool links and modules, as app embeds in the rich content editor, which allows you to produce discussion posts, announcements, pages, and so on. It's very easy to share Canvas Studio videos there. You can also share them with colleagues so that they can use them in their courses without you having to put them in yourself. But you also get public links that can be used to share them, say, in an email. If you wanted to just send someone an email with a link to a video that's in your Canvas Studio library, you can do that. So you have an awful lot of flexibility here in sharing these videos out of Canvas Studio with your students or with your colleagues. Let's say I wanted to share this video in a particular course. I would go to the course in question. I'll just pick up a sandbox course here, go to the modules, and let's see, let's add a module, Canvas Studio overview. Add that. Bring it up to the top. Now, if I want to add a link to a Canvas Studio video, I can just add an external tool, one of which is Canvas Studio. That pulls up my a compressed view of my Canvas Studio library, but usually the video you're trying to share is one that you've recently created. Let's say I want to share this one. I just select it. If I want students to be able to comment on this video, I make sure that Display Media tabs is selected. Otherwise, I can turn that off if I'm not interested in using that feature. and I just click embed. And so it's and then add item, and just that quickly, that video is shared with my students. If I publish it and publish the module, it'll be shared with my students. They can click on that link, and the video will can be played. Notice this was that YouTube video. Okay, there's the play button for that. Downloading. All right. So, very simple, very quick, very efficient. I can also create a Canvas page or a discussion topic, or a discussion post, or an announcement, or whatever, and embed the video therein. Call this Canvas Studio demo page. Add the item, edit the page, the usual way, and I can go to the external tools, the apps icon here, the little electric cord. I can select Canvas Studio. I can select whatever video I want. I can embed that video, and then I get the nice sexy looking embed along with the tabs here so that students can make comments. So this is an extremely efficient way of doing this, and very takes advantage of that tight integration between Canvas Studio and Canvas that you may not have with other tools, or it may not be as extensive or somewhat more limited. All right. But I can also, if I go back to Canvas Studio, I can hop back and forth easily. Oh, yeah, I don't care. I can view a video, and I can go to the context menu for the video up here, and I can select share. I can share with people so that they could use this video as well. I can determine whether the person I share with can edit the video or just view it. All I have to do, and this will work with anybody who has a Canvas account. If I search for Monica, if I can type once again, there she is. I can select Monica. I can, again, determine what she can do. And then I can update. And now if Monica goes to her Canvas Studio library and clicks on the hamburger in the upper left-hand corner, she'll see a Shared With Me button. She can click on that and see that video and use it in any way she wishes if I've given her edit capability. So
Let me ask you, Dave. So, okay,
Yes.
so you shared the video with Monica. Monica adds her own description, her own tags. Maybe she even edits the captions and everything else. So is that a different copy? Because if you still wanted to, her share is not going to affect your copy and your account.
No,
right?
that's
Okay.
correct. Good point. Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, so so you just have oh, and also, of course, you can get public links. I mentioned that. If you go to links, you have to ask Canvas Studio to create them. But if you do, you get both a direct URL, which you can just put in an email and send to somebody. You also get an embed code. So if you want to embed this video in something other than Canvas, you can use that embed code, like a website or something like that. You can embed the video in the website. So Canvas Studio's sharing features are quite robust. The video creation tools in Canvas Studio are quite functional. They're probably not the best ones I've seen, but you have a record button That gives you access to a webcam recorder, which is really quite functional, which will allow you to record whatever your webcam sees in full motion and with voiceover, with sound, with the soundtrack, so that the video will be useful. And this will automatically be loaded into Canvas Studio. You can caption it there, so you can use it in your courses or elsewhere in any fashion you wish. There's also a screen recorder, a screencasting tool, which allows you to record your computer screens and in full motion, along with voiceover, to create so-called screencasts. The screen recorder is something that was not written by the people who created Canvas Studio. They bought it from another company called Screencast-O-Matic. So it is the Screencast-O-Matic screen recorder. It will record screen video with voiceover, and it does have a built-in editor. And that, Chris, you mentioned that, so let's take a look at that. We'll just make a very quick screencast. Here's the record button. The webcam recorder is perfectly straightforward. You just click on it. Straightforward on a system that doesn't have about 10 cameras associated with it anyway. Let me pick, if you just had one webcam on your computer, this would just pop up. And if you see the blue bar bouncing, you know that it's hearing you. If you don't see that, you can select the right microphone. Check, 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 check. Yeah, that one's working. Then you just start recording. It counts you down. Hi, this is a recording made in Canvas Studio's webcam recorder. When you finish, you can play it. You can save it. And it goes right into your Canvas Studio library. You can then caption it, share it, all the things we've seen with other videos. The screen recorder is a little bit more complex. It has to be installed the first time you use it. The installation process is more or less automatic, but it is the first time you use it, it can be a little problematic. I'm letting this go. This is what you see the first time you try to do this. You have to click the download button here and go through a little install process, and then go back and hit record again, screen capture, and this time when you get this message, you click open, and the screen recorder will come up. And doesn't work great on multi screen systems like I've got here. The screen recorder goes to your primary screen on your system, and it doesn't seem to be any way to force it to record a different screen. So let me share my primary screen with you here so you can see what it looks like. There's the screen recorder controls right there. You can record just your screen, just your webcam again, or both. I strongly recommend using this screen recorder. You record the entire screen rather than trying to record parts of it. It's very easy to miss something you intended to record if you record smaller pieces of the screen. Make sure it's hearing you. If these green bars bounce back and forth, the microphone's working. Otherwise, you can select a microphone that is working or an audio input source that is working. It takes it a moment. This is all web-based, so it takes it a moment to find the microphones, especially if you have several here. And then it'll balance the microphone for you. You can choose whether or not to record the audio that comes through your speakers. If you're going to play a video during the screen recording, you'd certainly want to do that. And then you just hit record. It counts you down, And bingo, we're recording. So I can talk about how to, oops, I'm on the wrong monitor, sorry. I can talk about how to caption a video in Canvas Studio. Of course, that's a YouTube video, so I can't caption that one. So I can show the captioning process and how this is queued up and things like that. And all of this is recorded along with my voiceover. And the whole time this is going on, I have a little pause button down here in the far lower right, left, excuse me, a round button with a pause symbol, two vertical hash marks, the universal pause symbol. So I can pause this recording at any time. And I can do that as often as I like. If I want to, if my brain freezes up on me and I don't know where I'm going next, I can pause, catch my breath, recenter my chi, and then start again by clicking the record button. The recording will pick up the same point as soon as it counts you down, and you can continue. And you can pause and restart, pause, restart as often as you like. And there's no way for the audience to tell that you've done that when you're done, unless you tell them, like I just did. Once you are done with a recording, you again hit the pause button, and you tell Canvas Studio one of two things. Either this is FUBAR, fouled up beyond all recognition, and I just want to start over again. Don't do that unless it's absolutely useless. Or I'm done. I'm done recording. You click done, and you get a preview of the recording. You can play it back to see if it recorded, if the sound's okay. And bingo, we're recording. So I can talk about how to, very competent screen recording application. I have seen circumstances where this one, people have trouble getting the screen recorder to work. It doesn't happen that often. It mainly happens with people who have used Screencast-O-Matic in the past, and they end up with two versions of the Screencast-O-Matic recorder on their computers, and they can fight one another. So every now and then I'll have a complaint from someone, I can't get the screen recorder to work. Doesn't happen very often, but it is a possibility. Once I have reviewed this, if I decide I need to edit it, I have an edit button right here. I just click that, and here's the editor. It is an idiosyncratic editing interface. It's the Screencast-O-Matic editor that you can get if you use Screencast-O-Matic itself. It is different from most video editors I've ever seen, but it's functional, quite powerful, not difficult to learn to use. Let's say I want to cut a piece out of this video. All I have to do is take the edit cursor here and move it over into the middle. And I can go to my tools list, and these are all the tools you have available. The one you use as much as anything is the cut tool. You select that, and then you just drag that red line over to wherever you want to, you highlight whatever you want to cut out of the video. And then click OK, and notice this video is about 1 minute and 13 seconds right now. If I OK that, it's down to 1 minute and 2 seconds.
So this is a great way to a basic video editor. If you just want to get rid of the ums and ahs and the stutters and the pauses.
Not so good for that. It's not much for editing audio. You can do it, but it's very tedious.
Gotcha.
It's better for very simple chop type editing.
Okay.
You can also add new video to this. You can select insert, sorry, there it is, and video. And you can pull a video off your hard drive. or out of your Canvas Studio library, but usually off your hard drive.
Gotcha.
And find videos. And let me just find one here. I just pick one at random. Open that. And it tells you the insert's going to happen wherever this bar is. So if I want it to insert at the end, I can move it out to the end and click OK. And it brings in the file. And now I've concatenated two videos, which is one of the basic editing tasks that you typically do. So if there's the end of that first video, and then here I am. This is the video I inserted. So I can trim videos, I can trim bits of video off the ends or the middle of a clip. I can add new videos into this, insert new videos indeed into my screencast that I've just made at appropriate points. And I have this preview window here that shows me what I'm doing. And there are, we don't have time to go through all the tools here, but it's quite a good selection of tools. You can insert all sorts of overlays. You can use this to make titles, for instance, that appear over top of the video. You can, to a certain extent, edit sounds. You can add music, background music, and sound effects. You can vary the speed of the video. You can put in transitions between video clips. So instead of just cutting from one video to the other, you can have it fade or have complicated video transitions. Most of the basic capabilities that you expect to see in a computer-based video editor are available here in this toolbar. Is it the best editor I've ever seen? No. It also has one really glaring lack that I have run into a number of times. It can't handle an extremely long video file. Like if I wanted to include a significant chunk of a Zoom recording in this video project that I'm creating here, it chokes on it. It can't handle an hour or 2 hour long Zoom video recording.
So are you, when you do your videos that you upload to the on-demand website, are you Camtasia guy? Is that what you use?
Yes, I use Camtasia to edit those, yeah.
Camtasia? Okay.
Yeah, though there's a new free tool called Clipchamp that will do most things that you would normally want to do as a video editor, and it's completely free, whereas Camtasia costs you a couple $100, even as an educator. So there are ways to do this, but Clipchamp has an editor that's much more standard in format and so on. This one is okay for doing simple edits on screencasts that you create in Canvas Studio.
Gotcha.
It's not a general purpose video editor.
Gotcha.
Okay. And once you're done, you say editing, you click done, which is pretty intuitive, and then you give this a title. And optionally a description, and upload it, and it goes right into your Canvas Studio library. So this is one of the easiest tools, screencasting tools there is to get the screencast into your Canvas Studio library, because it just does it automatically. It knows who you are, it knows where your Canvas Studio library is. The upload and processing is done automatically, and you just have to wait. So it's really good for that.
So if you're in a pinch and you just need to record something really quick, you could use Canvas Studio, but it's not something you would recommend for consistent workflows.
Certainly we have people who use it that way, who use it to create all their screencasts, because it's a tool that they don't have to pay for, that they've been trained on, and it works flawlessly.
Mm-hmm.
But is it the best screencasting tool out there? No way.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. So this is just going to appear in my Canvas Studio library. I'm not going to sit around waiting for that to finish. Okay, so there's your editor, and there's your screencast recorder and your editor, such as it is. Let's go back and see where I was. Okay. This is a capability that you don't see in every video engagement system that you run across. The ability to add quizzes to your videos in Canvas Studio, or embed quizzes within your instructional videos, so that as the video plays, periodically a question will pop up that the viewer has to answer before they move on. The process in Canvas Studio is about as simple as you're going to find. This is certainly not the only tool you can do that in. And as a matter of fact, you can do this with YouTube and Edpuzzle, a free app. So, but Canvas Studio is, again, tightly integrated with the Canvas LMS. You can embed quizzes in your Canvas Studio videos, and you can even have the grades from those quizzes automatically reported in the Canvas gradebook, which not every tool that you find out there is going to have the capability to do. I don't know about Yuja, whether it can do that or not with Canvas, but Canvas Studio certainly can. I don't want to take the time right now to show you that process because it's something of a process, but I will show you what the result of that process looks like. We use that in our let's see. Sorry. That's more like it. We have an on-demand flex opportunity on Canvas that any faculty member can take advantage of. Call it on-demand professional development. And in these videos, it is possible for a person to play the video Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to this morning's professional development session on and watch the
whiteboarding
video.
in Zoom.
And every now and then, a question will pop up. The person can't continue without answering the question. Zoom whiteboard, drawing tool, text, all of the above.
It
Continue.
is free, provided by Google. You do it.
So we can have people watch this. The Canvas Studio keeps track of what they've answered, whether they got it right or not. It scores them as it goes along. At the end of the video, they get to see how they did. There are 10 questions in this video. They're asked to get 8 of them right in order to award themselves the flex credit for this. We will see, and we can have Canvas Studio drop the grade that they get into the gradebook in this course so that we can go and check it at need and see how people did. You can do this in your own courses with your own students. You can embed quizzes in the videos, basic questions, multiple choice, multiple answer, and true false only. And this vastly improves the student retention of the material that's in the video because they're actually paying attention because they know they're going to be quizzed on it and they never know when it's going to. Well, you can fix it so they don't know when it's going to happen. For you all, we have visualized the questions so that you know when they're coming. and that we had a big discussion about that. Remember that, Chris, in the
Yes.
staff meeting one day? We figured we'd trust everybody to not misuse that or abuse that privilege. But the quizzing tool and the integration thereof in Canvas Studio is really quite good. Again, not that it's the only tool that will allow you to do that, but it is one that works especially well with Canvas, and it's very easy to get the grades into the gradebook in Canvas.
I was just about to ask that. Would it be too much to ask to show what that looks like in the gradebook?
Of course
This
not.
whiteboarding in Zoom?
Of course not. Let me find as long as you all have got the time, I know we're coming down to the end here.
Yeah.
There is something I want to say before we do that, okay?
Okay.
Another consideration that we have to take into account when talking about Canvas Studio is how much it's been used already by our faculty and students. We have administrative access to the space and utilization, space utilization and video, numbers of videos stored in Canvas Studio, and there are tens of thousands of videos that have been created by faculty and by students in this system already.
Gotcha.
Okay? And I don't know of a good way to download and save those videos. So having this system disappear suddenly could wipe out hundreds and hundreds of hours of work on the part of many faculty and many students. I don't know if there's any process by which we could have Instructure save that content for us and provide it to us. Even if we did, it would probably be in such a difficult to utilize form that effectively a lot of that work would be lost.
I'll have to confirm. I know, so I've went through 2 demos. I went one with ShareStream. They did confirm they had a migration process. They have.
Okay, now some of the other tools may have a migration tool that will allow them to extract the data from our Canvas Studio system.
And I'll have to confirm with you, John.
Okay, I just don't know, how many of the alternative possibilities would have that and how effective it would truly be.
It's something to definitely consider. I'll definitely contact you.
Yeah, that would almost, in my mind, be a showstopper if a potential new system didn't have that capability or that
You
kind
wouldn't
of.
have to worry about it. You wouldn't have to worry about it losing your content, Monica.
Yeah. Well, yeah, nobody, I don't think anybody would ever pick a solution that would result in people losing hundreds and hundreds of hours of work. The consequences would be unacceptable.
I was speaking of that and outside, I mean, we can forego, unless the group wants to see the grade thing, we can forego that. But since we're on the topic of content, hypothetically, Dave, let's say you're a teacher at the district. You teach you're a Mesa teacher at district or at Mesa College. You're teaching English 101 and you have all your Canvas videos, but all of a sudden you've ended your service at Mesa College and you're moving to Grossmont College. But you want to take your content with you. Is there an easy way for you to get the videos off so you can take your content and move over to Grossmont, their Grossmont server?
You'd have to download it. Whether Instructure could move them automatically, I don't know. It's quite possible. But from the standpoint of an individual, the only way I know to get video off of Canvas Studio and back down onto your hard drive is to download them one at a time.
Gotcha. Okay, so there's no batch thing that you can do.
There's no batch download that I'm aware of.
So have you even tested
that a standard user has access to, or that I have access to, even as an administrator?
I wonder, it'd be interesting, like if you exported this course, when you go to settings and then export this course and you get and you have this video in here, what would happen if you imported it into another account? That would be interesting.
it would try to point back to our Canvas Studio instance, and I just got a message that my internet connection's unstable. I hope you can still hear me.
I can still hear you.
Oh, good. My assumption is that it would try to point back to our system, to which you no longer had access, and would
Gotcha.
probably error out. Now, there may be something Instructure can do about that. Probably is, but I'm not aware of it. Of what it might be.
Yeah, to reiterate, Monica, I mean, regardless of whether we stay, like if for some reason the entire media engagement group decides to go with Ujo or a different platform, we will guarantee we're not going to move to audit if it's going to be at risk of your work. You're not going to lose your work for ESL.
I think that's
Thank you.
a safe bet. Think about it.
We're not going to do that.
Hey, I could hide. All right. Chris, not so much.
Yeah, I know. Everybody knows where I am.
All right. Torches and pitchforks, Chris.
Well,
Okay.
Dave, I know it's 16
I'm,
or 4.
I'm fine. If you all want to see how to drop a grade from a Canvas Studio video quiz into the grade book, I'll be happy to show you.
So Dika, Susan, Monica, if you have any other questions, otherwise we'll leave it up to you as far as how far you want to go.
Indeed.
Dave, so if you have any other questions.
I don't have any other questions, but thank you so much, Dave. I have to go. So have a good
All
weekend,
right.
everyone.
So
So
good to
much,
see you.
Dave.
Thank you.
You bet.
Take care, guys. Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Do you have any questions, Susan? Are you still there?
Momentarily. We'll see if anybody but you and me stays, I'll do that, okay? Or I'll do it for you. Chris
Okay.
counts too. All right. Let's see. Let me.
Well, it looks like Susan, it's just you and I.
Oh, so it is. Susan left. I have done that. I know all three of those people have been through Canvas Studio introductions that I've done in the past where I've shown how to do this, but
Yeah.
it's really pretty clever.
Yeah, no, it's
If you
good.
don't mind, I'll show it to you.
Yeah, show me. Go right
All
ahead.
right, very good. Let me go. I'll just go to this. I don't want to do it in this course. That's actually a running course.
Yeah,
Go
no.
back to my sandbox so that I can mess up any way I like, and go back to this module. Okay, so let's see how I would get a video in here that had a quiz already embedded in it, and have the grade for that quiz
Yeah, I'm curious about that.
in the grade book. I'll add to this an assignment,
Okay.
not an
Mm.
external tool,
Okay.
page or an assignment. This is what triggers the involvement of the grade book.
Okay.
All right, so, and I'll just create an assignment. I'll call it Canvas Studio Video Quiz, just for a generic name, and add the item. That creates a blank assignment,
Hmm.
which I can edit. I don't need to put any instructions here. It's going to be self-evident what to do.
Right.
I don't know which quiz I'm going to pick here. So the number of points that I assign, it's going to be better if this number of possible points is an integral multiple of the number of questions in the
Okay.
quiz. Otherwise, you end up with fractional point values. But
Right.
it'll work either way. So I'll just say 5 points. This just put this in the assignments group. It really doesn't matter.
Hmm.
Now, submission type is going to be external tool.
Okay.
This is the other thing that makes it work.
I'm glad you did this because I would have done this differently.
I figured out how to do it by watching a YouTube video. So you find your external, you hit the find button, and
Okay.
that brings up your list of external tools. You pick Canvas
Okay.
Studio. In this case, we're going to want to pick a Canvas Studio video that has a quiz embedded in it. And you can tell if there's a quiz in a video by looking for the little quiz symbol that you see in Canvas, the little space shuttle or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking for one here.
Mhm.
Not on that page. Uh, come on.
There's no, oh, well, you don't know. There's no search bar. So this is probably a good idea. I mean, for the example of video where you might want to use tags.
Are you tags or collection folders?
Yeah.
Okay, in a
Is there a
minute.
search bar at
I
the
don't
top?
find one pretty quickly. I'm going to go and look in a collection where I think I have some.
Is there a search bar at the top where you could search for tags on this? Or
Not in this view,
no,
unfortunately.
there isn't. Oh, well, yeah, there is.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but I can't search by for those that have quizzes. I can only search by name.
But can you search by tags?
By what?
Tags.
Yes, I can search by tag.
Okay.
So this is a place where the tags could come in handy.
Yeah.
Let me find one that I know. Yeah, well, I'll leave this here, and I'll go and I'll open another instance here. Sorry, I didn't prepare for this one.
That's all good. No, it's unexpected question.
And here I am logged in. Let's see. I'll go to Canvas Studio and I'll find one that's easier to see in this view. Oh, that one has a quiz. That's interesting. Okay, I didn't add that. I don't know what that one is, so I'm gonna
Oh, so okay. So
skip
if I'm-
over it. That's one that somebody shared with me, I think, or I ripped off of YouTube, one of the two.
So the rocket is
here
on
we
the
go.
video. Oh, there's a sample screen
Sample
recording.
screen recording 4/6/2022.
Yeah, April 6th.
Okay. So that's pretty far down. Oh, that'll do. All right, so I'll go back and I'll go Canvas Studio and I'll look. And that was on like the third page or so, I think. There we go. All right, here's one.
Okay.
Got a quiz. And that little symbol tells me that.
Okay, good.
All right, I can select that one.
Hmm.
I can choose whether to display media tab. Oh, I'm sorry. If I want to just embed the video, I can. But if I want the quiz, I go to Video Quiz Embed, this tab.
Gotcha.
You can have multiple quizzes in the same video, so I have to select the quiz that I want. This one only has one.
Okay.
But you could have multiple quizzes for different purposes in the same video. And then I click Embed and select. Now that video is embedded in this assignment.
Okay.
And then I have the other usual assignment options. I'll save and publish that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Now, when and this one's short, that's good. Here it is. If it's published, person clicks there. You get started.
Here's an example of the type of ad hoc.
Okay, I'm not going to make you watch that. I'm just going to jump ahead to the
Yeah.
questions. What's the scientific name of? It's actually bison. I think I remember.
I didn't know that.
And how many American bison are alive today?
Aren't they low?
About 1
1 million?
million. No, about 500,000, I think.
Yeah. I thought they were on the endangered species.
And
That's it.
there's nothing quite like being up close and personal.
Did you record this?
Yeah. Okay, I've completed it. I can submit the quiz and view the results. And rather than selecting item analysis, I have to click student results. I'm not quite sure why.
Yeah.
And here. All right. I got them both right.
Yeah.
That's remarkable enough. Okay. So there were two questions, and it was 5 points. So let's see what, and it had, the assignment had 5 points in it. So let's see what the Canvas Studio
Gradebook.
gradebook looks like.
Yeah.
Go to grades. This should be well out to the right here. Let's search for assignments.
Where's the video
That's
quiz?
the one right there. I remember the
I
inappropriately capped T. All right, there it is. And shoot, I didn't think about that. I did that in a preview mode. I should have been my
test student.
test student. Shoot. Let me log out.
You can't just do that through the student view?
I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember. Let's try that. Let's go back to that module. And go to student view. And do the canvas, do the same one again.
Oh, are you in student view? I don't see the purple border around. your
Knows
screen.
it's me. I don't think this will work with the student view. I think I
Okay.
actually have to log in as
Gotcha.
a test student.
Okay.
That that's enrolled in that course. That one is. Log in. Now I can go to the same course again. I can go to the modules. I can take that quiz. I can get started since this user hasn't taken it before.
And answer one wrong.
I was going to say let's miss one.
And there's no
And then go to the end. Submit the quiz. View the results. It doesn't give the student the option for item analysis, so the student got 50%.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go look now. Jump out and go back in as me. And go to this grade book. And search for that assignment. There it is.
And there you are.
Just one student got 2.5 points out of 5.
But there's no, can you see a speed grader or no?
Yeah.
And then view the assignment, yeah.
There is no preview of it. Oh,
Oh, so you can't see the
see
question.
the
You
video.
can't see what the student is.
yeah,
Okay.
you can add comments and things like that, but no, you can't. That's right. You
Okay.
can't see the,
That's what I wanted to see.
yeah.
Cool.
So works like a charm every time. I've never had it fail. So you have the option to either just allow the students to watch the video. It still gives and take the quiz. Still gives them the feedback and shows them how they
Right.
did. But unless you set it up as an assignment, it won't record it in the gradebook. But all you
Gotcha.
have to do to make it show up in the gradebook is create an assignment rather than just a page with the video embedded in it.
Gotcha. That works. And that's good to guarantee or encourage participation too. Or at least
Yeah,
watch the
and
video.
Yeah, you get all sorts of analytics, and since it has deep access into the Canvas Studio or the Canvas Learning Management System user database, it can tell you not just how many people watched your video, but who watched it.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I myself learned something. I didn't even know about that insights page.
Yeah,
That was good to
so
know.
that is that's very useful, and that's something you may have trouble finding in a different system that didn't have the depth of integration that this one has with the Canvas LMS.
Mhm.
Overall, this is certainly not the best system of this nature out
Right.
there. It is one of the less expensive ones.
Yeah, if the
integration
state
with
continues to pay
Canvas.
for it.
It Exactly. If we end up having to pay for it, it's probably going to be cheaper than Nomia or Yuja or
Yeah.
Kaltura or something like that. And it's you may lose some of the integration with Canvas, though most of the major video systems do have LTI integrations with the Canvas LMS.
I sent you an email for the Yuja link. I'd
Oh,
really
good.
like to get your opinion on that and see
I
what
would
you
love to
think.
look at it. That's one I haven't seen before. It must be relatively new on the scene. So great.
Well, Dave, thank you very much for this. And
My
then
pleasure. I hope it's met your needs.
oh yeah, no, it's great. You know, I can post it so anybody else can watch it. It's good for the group. I appreciate it.
I'll
And you'll
send
send me the link.
I'm going to put it in Canvas Studio here in a minute, and I'll send you the link to it.
Thank you, sir. You have a
My
good
pleasure.
weekend.
You too. Have a great time. I'll talk to you soon. I'll see you next staff meeting.
All right. Thank
Take care.